All right, today we are going to just focus on making sure everyone feels good about these function tables. We did this last week. We gave you a little bit of time to recap yesterday. And today we just want to make sure you guys are good with those tables before we move on. And what we're noticing, for those of you that are turning some stuff in, is that the negatives are what is tripping us up. So let's just do a couple examples, and then we're going to have you guys try a couple examples on your own for the practice today. So this is what you were seeing in the IXL. This is a function table. So the function of W equals W squared minus 3. That's our function. And your job is to figure out what W would equal, or what our function would equal if W is equal to these numbers. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how that goes. I would suggest that you pause me, try it on your own on a scratched piece of paper just to make sure you guys are good to go. Definitely utilize a calculator as well. So for this first one, where W is equal to -4, basically all you're doing is you're plugging in a -4 anytime you see a W. So I just switched this W out with a -4. Now this is what I think is tripping some people up. Keep in mind that when you plug this into the calculator, you should use those parentheses. Otherwise, it's going to give you the wrong answer. So this means -4 times -4, which gives us a positive 16. So this really means 16 minus 3, which gives us 13. So that's what you plug into your function table. Now the next one, I'm going to plug in a -3 every time I see that W. So remember, this means -3 times -3, which gives us positive 9. So 9 minus 3 is a positive 6. Okay, now we're going to plug in a -2. Remember, this means -2 times -2, which is positive 4, minus 3 gives us 1. And then last one, another negative. So -1 times -1 equals 1 minus 3 gives us -2. Okay, so that's your function table. You guys are doing a great job, but when these negatives pop up, sometimes we're getting some wrong numbers. So again, when you plug this into your calculator, make sure you're using those parentheses. Otherwise, it's going to give you a wrong number. I'm going to try one more with you to make sure you're good to go. So this time I have a function of z. So anytime I see a z up here, which is twice this time, I'm going to plug in this number. So for this first example, I'm going to plug in -4 every time there was a z. So now I have -4 again, times -4 gives me 16, and 4 times a -4 gives me -16. So I have 16 plus a -16 plus 3 gives me 3. My next one, I'm going to plug in -3 2 different times. So again, -3 times -3 plus 4 times -3. So I get a positive 9 plus a -12 plus 3 gives me 0. Plugging in -2, remember -2 times -2 gives me a positive 4. And then 4 times -2 gives me -8. And that gives me -1. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing the pattern. Be very careful of those negatives because that's what's going to make or break your function table. So we have a little bit of a practice just with this idea today for you guys to fill out in Canvas, and then you're good to go.